Well, hello again and welcome to Caravanning in Queensland. As a shakedown stop for your first caravan adventure or just for a couple of days away, there's no doubt that Bribie is the perfect weekend getaway. And if you love your seafood like I do, then you're going to love this place because it's a fishing and foodie haven.
Bribie Island is the only Moreton Bay island you can get to by bridge. And while Bribie has seen lots of development over the past few years, it's still maintained plenty of its old charm. The Bungaree Jetty, for example, was originally built in 1912 to handle the hordes of tourists coming weekly from Brisbane via steamship of all things. In 1963, the island was connected to the mainland by bridge, and from that became a destination for caravanners ever after. The Bungaree Caravan Park is perfectly positioned for the quintessential Bribie stay. It's close to everything that Bungaree has to offer and a short cast from dinner.
It's another big, beautiful part of Queensland, isn't it? And so close to Brisbane. Now, when you consider that it's 45 minutes drive from the GPO in Brisbane, it's quite incredible to think you can be standing here on a white sandy beach, Pumicestone Passage, the home of whiting and flathead and bream. I'm just hopeful of a feed here this afternoon, that's all.
It has all the amenities you could possibly need and is beautifully positioned alongside the Pumicestone Passage. The passage itself is home to dolphins, dugongs, turtles, and hopefully this afternoon a legal-sized whiting or flathead for dinner. But if that doesn't happen, all is not lost. There is some spectacular dining on offer around here, in wonderful restaurants like this one, perched close to the Pumicestone Passage. Welcome to the Jetty. Boss Luke has taken a few minutes out of his very busy Friday to sit and talk with me through a couple of his spectacular dishes.
Well, as you'd expect with a name like the Jetty, seafood is high on the list of priorities, and Luke the boss is here with us, mate. This looks magnificent.
Yeah, sensational. All completely fresh, local. None of our seafood sees freezer. All completely local. Mooloolaba prawns, Coffin Bay fresh oysters, Harvey Bay scallops. Smoked salmon gratin on this plate. This is one of our biggest sellers. Seafood tasting plate. We've been cooking on the island for 23 years now.
Is that right?
So it's
an institution.
Yeah, it's if we took that off the menu, we'd have to run. So then we've got one of our specials over here, line caught gold band snapper off Mooloolaba.
Wow.
The Mooloolaba king prawns, Thai spice pumpkin, and the citrus beurre blanc and vieux salsa. So yeah, and that's where we pride ourselves on fresh, local seafood. Nothing sees a freezer.
Is that right?
Yeah, we don't use any imported food. So it's just sensational. Beautiful plump scallops here.
This is just so beautifully put together, so delicate, so lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, and the food goes with the view. So tell me a little bit about the Jetty. How did it all start? Obviously there's a fair bit of history in this place.
Yeah, there is a lot of history. The Jetty's been a restaurant since the early 1970s.
Wow.
And we still have one of the big tables in there that the guy that opened it as his first restaurant built himself, and it's only half of it and it seats 12 people, so it's quite got a lot of history in it there. Back in the day when he first opened the restaurant, he used to pay $2 for lobsters from Moreton.
$2 for a lobster?
Yeah.
Mate, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it's great.
Congratulations. Your son's culinary work is excellent.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
And I will be adding this one to the list of the Jetty at Bungaree.
Next day, a cruise over to Warrum Beach is in order to get my bearings. Warrum is on the eastern side of Bribie and is also the gateway to a Bribie Island four-wheel drive beach adventure. You can venture along the island's eastern beach from south to north, which is about 25 kilometres in length and gets you almost to Caloundra on the Sunshine Coast. Along the way, explore cool creeks, take a break at one of the 4 tannin-stained freshwater lagoons, or stop and cast a line from the beach. All of this salt water has me hankering for some fresh local oysters, and there's a great spot to get them back over the bridge on the mainland. The Oyster Shell Beach Club is an institution and part of the enormous Sandstone Point development that includes a hotel, a huge Big 4 park complete with water slides, fancy cabins and lots of space. A hotel boasts some of the biggest musical acts in the world on its wide open lawns. But before all of that came the original oyster leases on this very site.
Well, this here is the original Oyster Shell Jetty, leads out into Pumicestone Passage, and behind me they've done a slight renovation on what was the original oyster shed from all those years ago. It looks pretty flash now.
A fellow by the name of James Clark operated a very successful oyster farm out of Pumicestone Passage, which he began way back in 1875, employing over 25 local families, all working in the area. From what was a dinky shed on an operational oyster lease to what stands here today, the Oyster Shell Beach Club has come a very long way.
Take a look at this, from very humble beginnings, sitting down to a dozen fresh Tasmanian Pacific oysters washed down by an ice cold glass of beer. It does not get any better than this. So what a unique opportunity this must be for you as a chef to do something that, I don't think there's anything like this around Brisbane, is there?
Yeah, this is the one and only place anyone can have, and they can go for their own choices with oysters. Actually, we are selling down here like 3 types of oysters.
Yeah.
One from Tasmania, the other one from Sydney Rocks. That's the popular one. And the other one from the South Australia.
And super casual too, because you don't actually book a table here. You just turn up, and if there's a table available, then great. And you can have the table for as long as you want.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. So, which is a great way to spend a Sunday afternoon.
As you'd expect, the Beach Club's menu is long and extensive, and so is the cocktail list. Even better, once you've found your spot, the table is yours for as long as you want. There's no kicking you out after 2 hours. There's a huge patch of green for the kids to kick a footy on, and the vibe is very chilled. The Comiskey Group certainly got this place right. Like the Kevin Costner movie Field of Dreams, build it and they will come, Sandstone Point is an incredible destination for a meal or a 2-week caravanning holiday. And Bribie Island still offers that laid-back, toes in the sand, old-school, family-style holiday.
So there you go, a bit of variety when it comes to a holiday on Bribie Island. You can keep it on the down low, or you can go hard. But however you do it, the day's got to end with a meal like this. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Caravanning in Queensland. See you on the road next time.
You can head to sandstonepointhotel.com.au for all the info on the beach club and the hotel. We've barely scratched the surface on the food offerings available in and around Bribie. For info on that, head to seqfoodtrails.com.au. And the Caravanning Queensland website has details on Bungaree and other parks in and around the area. That's all we've got time for on this episode of Caravanning in Queensland. We'll see you next time.